Last night's WNBA Finals game was absolutely rigged, and there is so much proof. What a terrible way to end this WNBA season. What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. I am sure by now that you have seen the viral moment from last night's game, the last play of regulation where Breanna Stewart is allegedly fouled and gets sent to the free throw line. She makes both free throws and sends this game into overtime. So let's look at this final play. Breanna Stewart gets the ball here. She turns around and kind of just chucks it up to the basket. So this was called a foul, and then it was reviewed, and then it was essentially confirmed a foul, and she was sent to the free throw line. But there is so much going on here, you guys. First, when she gets the ball, she travels, and she doesn't just like take one extra step. Let's count here how many steps she takes when she gets the ball. I'm gonna put this in slow motion. Okay, so she gets the ball here. She jumps 1, 2, 3, 4. She at least jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. She at least takes 4 steps at minimum. She might have taken 5. She hops, stutter steps, and doesn't put the ball down until she gets in the paint. She literally catches the ball close to the 3-point line, doesn't put it on the ground until she gets into the paint. So no travel was called. Now let's look at the second half of this play when she chucks the ball up basically towards the hoop. So after she gets the ball and kind of travels, then it looks like this Liberty player is going straight up with it. Now, from this angle, it's a little bit hard to tell. It's a little bit of a zoomed out angle, but there are also photos from this play. So as you can see in this photo here, which is right before Stewie goes up with the ball, Elena Smith is not touching her at all. She has 2 fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly zero contact here. Now, this play was challenged by the Minnesota Lynx, and the refs reviewed it. And I honestly, like, if this were another time during the game, if this were like in the second or third quarter, I wouldn't really have much to say about it. There is human error that comes with refereeing at any point in time during a game. But when you challenge something and you challenge a play that basically has the power to change the outcome of arguably the most important game for the entire WNBA season, and you do not overturn this call after seeing not only the travel that came before it, but then also the no contact when she went up with the ball, like, it's crazy. Like, if this were on the NBA side, that referee would have been fired before the game even ended. But here is the reasoning as to why they didn't overturn this foul. So this is what the ref said.
Breanna Smith is not in a legal guarding position. Therefore, Stewart will be shooting 2 free throws, and Minnesota loses their timeout.
So Alana Smith is not in legal guarding position. I have played basketball my entire life, and I have been covering basketball for the past 11 years of my career. That isn't called often, not in legal guarding position. And the funniest thing is that the commentators that were calling this game didn't even go into detail and talk about like what that actually means, because I feel like for most basketball fans, we don't hear not in legal guarding position often for the reasoning as to why a referee calls a foul. So obviously the game went into overtime, and the Liberty came out with the victory, and they won their first championship ever in the history of Liberty basketball. But social media pretty much exploded after this, rightfully so, because it was clear as day what was happening there. Something was wrong. LeBron James tweeted, he said, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game." And that is the really sucky thing. Like, nobody wants, like, not even fans want to see a game ended because of a call that the referees made. Damian Lillard said, "The refs called this game like they knew the assignment in the second half. Boy, great game." And then Isaiah Thomas tweeted, "They low-key cheated for New York, but I get it. LOL." Social media has been flooded more with the referees rigged this game than congratulations to the New York Liberty. And this is not the narrative at all that the WNBA needs. They literally cannot escape this reality show genre of television that the WNBA has been stuck in for this entire season. Like, they can't beat it. They can't beat it because they do something like this in the finals game. It's crazy. And the bad call at the end of the game wasn't the only time that the refs made some suspicious calls. You guys, the final free throw count at the end of the game, the Liberty shot 25 free throws and the Lynx shot only 8. And it was also very clear that Napheesa Collier just wasn't getting calls the entire game. She recently posted on her Instagram just today. She posted a slideshow of photos, and here was her caption. She said, "Gut-wrenching end to an incredible season. I have loved every minute of being around this team. I love you guys so much. You have made this the most incredible year. Huge thank you to our coaches and staff. You guys are amazing. And thanks to all the fans for supporting us this season. We will be back." Now, if you scroll, it starts out with just some friendly photos of her and her teammates, and then it gets so spicy at the end. She starts posting. So there's one foul right here. Literally, her arm is locked up and she's getting smacked in the face. And then on the next play, you can see the reaction to clearly a bad call. The next and last slide in this carousel is the one photo that I showed you guys earlier where Alana Smith is not even close to fouling Breanna Stewart. So there was a consensus not only among fans but also among the Minnesota Lynx. They feel like they got cheated. And after the game, Cheryl Reeves gave an epic post-game interview. I'm gonna play the first minute of it here. She was asked about the officiating. Honestly, she gained so much of my respect hearing what she had to say, because on the NBA side, you get fined so much for calling out referees, but she did not hold back. I'm gonna put this video on 1.5 speed, but just listen to what she has to say.
And all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on, because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on. Well, we talked about it, you know. We know we could have done some things, right? But you shouldn't have to overcome to that extent. This shit ain't that hard. Officiating, it's not that hard. When someone is being held, be consistent. If you don't want to call hold it one, then don't call it the other. Be consistent. Every team asked for that, right? Sandy asked for that last game. So 3 of the games in the series, we're talking about the same damn thing, right? So I tell these guys, you know, for whatever reason it didn't work out, right? It just doesn't feel right that you lose a series with that level of discrepancy, you know. And we don't have a team that whines and complains and, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, sometimes it probably hurts us. Maybe being a little more, I don't know, something. But I just think that, you know, you have a star player like Fee, you know, I don't get it. I don't get how she can be held and go to the basket and get hit. And then a marginal, at best, sends their best player to the free throw line. That's tough. It's tough to swallow.
She really did not hold back here, and I commend her for that. And I think the entire world holds the same sentiment as she does. Now, reporters also asked Coach Sandy of the New York Liberty what she had to say in response to Cheryl Reeves kind of calling out the referees and saying that it was unfair. And she pretty much just laughed and said, "I thought they were pretty fair." But listen to the reaction from everyone in that press conference.
Pretty fair. I mean, after the last game, you know, I mean, that's what you got to give and take. Like, game number one, we should have won that game.
The fact that everyone in the room just burst out into laughter is really all that you need to hear. Now, on top of this, you guys, right when you thought it couldn't get any worse, fans were noticing the commissioner's outfit that she wore for the trophy presentation. I saw this tweet that said, "Oftentimes the league wants to market X to win. It's just a paranoid take from fans. But for the commissioner of the league to literally wear the New York skyline on her dress at Game 5, that is not a great look." And some of these videos, you guys, are actually getting taken down, but just look at this photo right here. I'm gonna save this image before this gets taken down too. Just look at her dress. It's literally the New York skyline. And okay, I kind of get it. They're playing in New York, so no matter what team wins, but you have a New York team playing their final game in New York. This is just basic IQ. Like, I would like to test the IQ of everyone in management at the WNBA and see if any of them are qualified to run any major business. Because I'm just not sure, like, what, why, how? I can't even talk straight. How do you go into your closet and you're like, you know what? I'm going to have a really big job after today's game. We're going to have the most fans watching this game in over 20 years. You know what dress I'm going to wear? This New York dress. Like, where is Adam Silver when we truly need him? I've talked about it in so many videos. An overhaul needs to happen from top down. Like, on every level, it's just disaster after disaster after disaster after disaster. Like, this, at this point, it's laughable. I can't even hold back at this point. There were so many people, former WNBA players, current WNBA players, coming out and just saying how bad the referees were, how that could actually happen in the finals game. And then the commissioner is on stage in a New York skyline dress. How can people not think it's rigged? But anyway, you guys, that concludes the WNBA season. I think I have one more WNBA themed video for this week, and after this, we will be moving on to some other topics. And honestly, I need a break from some of this drama and things. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you thought of this finals game. Do you think it was rigged? Why do you think the WNBA would want the New York Liberty to win this game? It probably helps them because it's a big market team and they were second in terms of viewership and those sort of things. So if it were rigged, maybe that's why they would want to rig it for the New York Liberty. But I honestly, I feel so much for the Lynx and Napheesa Collier especially, because she just had such a dominant season and she would have won finals MVP, and I felt like, you know, they might have deserved it. So that's all I have to say about that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it and click that little subscribe button because we upload new videos every single week. And with that, you guys, see you next time. Ooh,